name is Jeffrey Preston Bezos, or what people call me, Jeff Bezos. I like eating Thai cuisines, creating side projects, and reading the book The Remains of the Days by Kazuo Ishiguro. But I dislike meetings with tight agendas, using PowerPoints in meetings, and the idea of work-life balance. My mother is Jacqueline Bezos, or Jacqueline Joyce George Johnson, and is married to a Cuban immigrant, Miguel Mike Bezos. But he is my stepdad, and my biological father is Ted Jorgensen. I was born on the 12th day of January 1964 at Albuquerque in New Mexico in the United States of America. I was an only child between my mother and my biological father. My parents got divorced when I was 4 years old. Then after the divorce, my mom married Miguel Mike Bezos and changed me and my mom's surname to Bezos. I was raised by my mother and stepfather at Houston, Texas. I grew up in the town alongside my brother Mark and sister Christiana. Growing up, I had fun with exhibiting technological proficiency and mechanical aptitude. My notable exploits in that regard including rigging an electric alarm to scare my siblings away from my room. In addition, I converted my parents' garage into a science lab for my experimental projects. I first studied at Rivers Oak Elementary School in Houston. While at school, I sustained my interest in science and technology. Outside of school, I spent summers working at my grandfather's ranch where I performed tasks with fixing windmills, vaccinating cattle, and laying pipes. After 6th grade, my family moved to Miami where I attended Miami Palmetto High School. It was the high school that I started my first business called Dream Institute. The institute was an educational summer camp that promoted creative thinking in young students. I went on to graduate with impressive results and was the valedictorian of my class. I soon got enrolled at Princeton University, where I obtained a degree in computer science and electrical engineering in 1986. After graduating university, I worked for several firms on Wall Street. First was with the trade company, FITO, where I helped build a network for international trade. At the peak of my early career, I joined D.E. Shaw, a firm that specializes in applying computer science to the stock market. Although my career at D.E. Shaw was lucrative, I decided to make a risky and adventurous foray into the little-known world of e-commerce. I quit my job in 1994 and headed to Seattle, where I started to work on opening an online bookstore. I worked from my garage with a handful of employees to develop software for the website after the South American river, Amazon. Months after, Amazon sold its first book in July 1995, and quickly went on to become the leader in e-commerce. Between 1998 and 1999, I expanded the store's range of services to include sales, CDs, and videos. I even added auctions to the site and made investments in other virtual stores. Although Amazon almost went bankrupt in the early 2000s, but it made an impressive comeback. There was also an introduction of Amazon Web Services, or AWS, a cloud computing service that became the largest of such service in the world. Thus, I recorded a steady rise in the network and gradually became an established billionaire. Me and Matt Kenzie met in 1992. Then we got engaged in 1993 and tied the knots in 1994. Our 25 years of marriage was blessed with 4 kids, 3 boys and 1 daughter whom we adopted from China. And until 2019, we finally decided to get divorced and became friends instead. I started dating with American TV host Lauren Sanchez at the end of 2018. Aside from being TV host, Lauren is an entrepreneur, actress, producer, helicopter pilot who flies her helicopter. I received a honorary doctorate in Science and Technology from the Carnegie Mellon University. I was also named by the Brand Fortune as the Business Person of the Year in 2011.